Hey, are you an artist, singer, or rapper, and you want your songs to get results either on Spotify, maybe on social media, and you don't want to just make the songs just for the fun of it, just for you? Today I want to break down how you can make songs for social media, how you can make songs for Spotify, how you can make songs for yourself, and what the benefit of each one is to make sure that the next time you're making a song that it has a purpose and a way to be marketed so you can get results to your music. The first thing I want you to think about today is social media. How can we make a song for social media? And what would the differences be between that social media song versus Spotify versus just maybe doing it for the heck of it? The thing about Spotify and why it's different than social media is that on Spotify, it's about really targeting a specific genre, because if you're gonna market that, everyone knows that it's expensive to market to Spotify, right? You're gonna have to run Facebook ads, or you're gonna have to playlist. And regardless of which option you choose, there is targeting involved, right? You're gonna have to tell Facebook or the playlist which playlist you want to get on and which people you want to get in front of, whether that be on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you advertise. So the difference between that versus making a song for Instagram is hugely important to understand, and most artists don't quite have their finger on it. There's a very large difference between what you're gonna find working on Spotify versus the typical songs that blow up on Instagram. Let me break down some of the components that we find after doing this ourselves, myself, my girlfriend, a bunch of people on our team after studying this week after week. We have artists getting tens of thousands of dollars of free attention, free marketing by understanding what blows up on social media. The first thing about social media is it doesn't matter how good or bad your music is. There is no correlation on social media with any musician to get results. Doesn't matter if you're great, if you're horrible, there are other factors to consider when deciding if your song's gonna work well on social media. The first thing to understand is the visual is hugely important. If you do not have a good visual, if you're using colors, you're using all these weird effects, the lighting is bad, you can't see, there's all this editing, it does not work. We see this over and over again. And there's just a ton of things that you could do to mess up not only the song, but also the visual. So coming back to the song, how do you write the song for social media? And the first thing to understand is the genres don't matter. And then also the second thing to matter is that whether you're good or bad, it doesn't matter. So what does matter then? Okay, well, if you want to be able to break through the algorithm, and I'm speaking to an artist right now that is in the situation, obviously it's different if you're already a big artist, you're not gonna necessarily want to take this advice. This is for the artists out there. This part A that I'm going over is gonna be for the artists that maybe don't have the budget to put $1,000, $5,000 a month into their music to be able to market it that way on Spotify and to make hyper polished music. So there's another characteristic, there's another type of person out there that blows up on social media. And these are the people that don't have that kind of money. They don't have the super polished studio. They weren't born with their cousin in the studio over here down the street with professional people and everybody to do the job that they need. They have to work their way through. And if you find yourself in that situation, it's easy to blow up on social media. All you have to do is be willing to put yourself out there and ask yourself two simple questions. What are people not willing to do in your style of music? And what are some controversial topics that you can talk about? Now, if you incorporate those two things and you say, what can I say with the words, and then visually, how can I visually represent that with either where I'm at or how I'm dressing or how I'm acting to include both of those two factors, being different than anyone else, being controversial, but also separating yourself visually. Now, if you can do those two things, have a good quality camera and go out there with your song, perform it consistently, most likely you're gonna blow up. But if that doesn't work, there are layers on top of this that you can do, including stepping up the controversy. When you make the song, point to the audience. They are the reason, right? So you're making a song directly to someone. You're trying to call someone out through that camera and to essentially trigger them. And there's a three-part strategy to that. A lot of people say, I don't want to do that. I'm going to get haters and blah, 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 blah. It's not going to work. It does. And we have artists that come in here and they blow up. And at first, anytime you blow up, you're going to at first piss people off. They're gonna not know you. They're not gonna like you at first. But once you keep showing up, we have plenty of artists that get these kind of results, thousands of dollars of free attention each and every month by making the right type of content. And then over time, they make the audience fall in love with them. And we see this over and over again. The Spotify starts to double to 10x to 100x at no cost. The ad spend is very low. And at that point, now you have some money to put back in because the merch sales start to shoot up. So if you're that type of person that maybe you don't have all the money in the world, you don't have the perfect polished music that fits perfectly into a genre, the social media strategy is gonna work for you. Now the second thing, second type of song that you can make, besides making a song for social media in the way that I described, is making a song to be marketed professionally. This means that when you're making the song, you're being very clear about the genre. What genre is it fitting in? So when you're showing me your song, I should be able to listen to it and know, okay, that is a rock song. Like straight up, that is a freaking country song. That is a flat out boom bap hip hop song. Like it is what it is and needs to be designed and crafted perfectly to fit on these playlists and also to be put in front of those exact people. This type of song typically may not necessarily blow up on social media, but is designed to have some kind of business and budget behind it. Once you make this type of song, it's polished, it fits into a genre. We're running the ads, we're getting it in front of the specific people, we're getting it on the playlist. The playlist acceptance rate is high. The Facebook, the YouTube ads, they're targeted. The results are high because they are targeted and we crafted that polished piece of work. So now we have two different opportunities to think about. Now, if you're coming into music and all you do is the third option, let me tell you about the third option. It's a cool option, it's an authentic option, but it doesn't always get results. And I see a lot of people that's all they do is they get stuck in the third option, which is just doing music for yourself, right? Certain days, I think it's a good thing to do too. Maybe I don't feel like trying to get a perfectly polished instrumental or song into the perfect playlist. Maybe I don't feel like being controversial and triggering people. Maybe I just want to show people what's up, who I am. And when you make that type of song just to express yourself and to just show people what you're about. So it doesn't necessarily have to be selfish, but a lot of people, they go down that road and they're trying to show people who they are without ever considering part one or part two, those two options that are very easy to get results with. They keep trying to get these masses of people to like who they are, but they don't understand. When you're first starting out, you have to give people what they want, and then those people will be willing to listen to what you become. And they will love you for that most of the time. But at first, you have to hook them in. So if you're an artist out there and you're just making songs randomly, there's no purpose, I'm inviting you here in today's video to make these three types of songs. Make a song for social media. It's a lot of fun. Get out there, put yourself out there. You're gonna get a ton of results by doing that. Make a song targeted for Facebook, for Spotify, to get on these playlists, to target the right people and to get the exact fan base that you want. But never forget yourself. Never forget that it's important to put yourself out there and make the songs that you want to make. If you do these three things, and sometimes even in that order is the most ideal, assuming that you don't have a ton of money and a ton of success yet, I invite you to let me know what you think about this video below. Which option do you prefer? Do you prefer to make these songs for social media to get attention? Do you prefer to make these songs targeted to get on these playlists to build a proper fan base? Or are you plan 3, just making songs for you and just feeling this out? Let me know below. I'm gonna have some links in the description as well for any artists out there that wants to work closer. I have 2 plans that I could take you through to help you blow up online. I'm gonna have them below. So make sure you check those out. Shoot me a like, subscribe to the video, and I will have another video right here on the side. Looking forward to see what you think. Talk to you soon.